from clickorlando.com and WKMG. We're getting results in your neighborhood now at 5 p.m.
I miss him, but I don't. I want him back, but I don't.
They never thought their own dog would turn on them. Then it did. A couple attacked, mauled in their own home. The help that got there just in time.
Plus, traffic concerns in one of the fastest growing areas in the country. The changes neighbors are pushing for at what's being called a dangerous intersection.
First, though, from on the run to in jail. The guy police say is behind a deadly attack on a convenience store clerk faces a judge. Tonight, the victim's widow tells News 6 it feels like a weight has been lifted. Thanks for joining us. I'm Matt Austin.
And I'm Lisa Bell. Leesburg police say Alex Lopez shot the clerk during a robbery nearly a month ago at the Fast Stop Superette. News 6 reporter Jarrell Baker found out where detectives tracked him down a week later in a different county and has reaction from loved ones. Jarrell, thank you. Some sea breeze storms clashing along the coast as we take a live look. This is our Port Canaveral cam from our Launch Credit Union camera there. Chief Meteorologist Tom Strolls is pinpointing just how long this rain will be sticking around for us tonight, Tom.
Not as long tonight, Lisa, as it did the last couple of nights. Our warning for Brevard County just went off the clock as of 5 p.m. You see the rain is still pouring from Space Center all the way down through Merritt Island. Big time lightning strikes in there, but the wind has calm down. We no longer have 60-mile-per-hour winds registering, so I think we're going to be okay. It's almost done for. We'll be in the open water soon. From St. Cloud down to Harmony, the big rain pushed to the south in the east and around the attractions. This was pouring on top of Epcot about 45 minutes ago. Now even that zone has calmed down as well. I'm going to widen the view back out here in a moment. See, the activity is spotty at best. For the most part, everything is moving right along, checking out. So give me an hour. I think most of this will be long gone. And then the rest of the overnight will be calmer. Coming up, we'll talk more about rain patterns for tomorrow, the heat, how long the heat index will be above 100, and there's something big bubbling in the tropics. I'll break that down for you as well.
All right, Tom, thank you. New at 5, 2 deputies are getting life-saving awards for saving a couple from their dog. The Volusia County Sheriff's Office says the dog started attacking and mauling the couple on Mother's Day weekend.
Yeah, deputies got there just in time, too. And today, those deputies and the couple reunited. News 6's Molly Reed was there. Well, it is crunch time for the presidential candidates. In less than 4 hours, President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump will debate on this stage right here in Georgia. News 6 anchor Justin Warmoth is in studio with what we can expect tonight. Justin?
Well, Matt, in the last hour, President Biden arrived in Atlanta. His aides say his plan is to paint Trump as too dangerous for the White House. He'll also argue that the former president would cut taxes for the rich and take away abortion rights.
Some new plans to ease traffic on I-4. The head of the Florida Department of Transportation says 2 new lanes are coming to the interstate. They'll be ready for drivers by the end of next year.
The new auxiliary lanes will be between State Road 417 and US 27. This will bring immediate congestion relief to everyday commuters, and it will continue to provide that relief while we build the much bigger I-4 project that's scheduled to be done in 2030.
Just a few months ago, the governor announced work to widen I-4 in Polk and Osceola counties, including nearly 15 miles of highway at Champions Gate and World Drive. A lot of people will be excited when all that is finished. Well, thrills and chills. Universal unveils the latest house for Halloween Horror Night.
Plus, years ago, they left after performing in Central Florida for more than a decade. Coming up, all new at 5, the popular group bringing their act back to town. Tom?
Guys, really?
Yeah.
All right, take a look at what's happening right now on radar. Big rock and thunder showers going out to the east. Soon they'll be over. I'll be back to pinpoint the end of the rain for tonight, the return of the rain for tomorrow, and the big stuff bubbling in the tropics.
But first, fed up with crashes and traffic, neighbors are pushing for results at a busy intersection. What they say needs to change. You're watching News 6 at 5. Getting results. We'll be right back.
Sponsored by Launch Credit Union. Go beyond.
At News 6, you can see the commitment to breaking news. This entire team is mobilized in the newsroom and in the streets. We don't stop until everything you need to know has been uncovered. Our choppers in the sky, reporters are on the streets, and news teams are where they need to be. We're taking you places no one else can go, so you can really see what's happening. We do this for you. Breaking news on News 6.
I'm News 6 meteorologist Candace Campos. We have officially kicked into the wet season across Central Florida with the humidity and daily storms back in the forecast. We are getting some updates here. This is the latest drought update as of Thursday morning. The severe drought has been taken off the map recently in Brevard County, but still a moderate drought is expanding across our northern and southern counties. Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells will have more on our rain chances coming up after the break, and I will see you tomorrow morning starting at 5 a.m.
Live with Matt Austin, Lisa Bell, and weather with Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells. You're watching WKMG, getting results at 5 p.m.
Well, new at 5, hundreds of people are signing this petition right here to put a red light at a pretty dangerous intersection. Not long ago, there weren't a lot of people living around the Babcock Street and Grant Road area. Well, now the south end of Brevard is booming, and just a two-way stop sign, no light here, neighbors say is just causing more and more wrecks.
Yeah, some people have even died there. News 6's James Barbero spoke with one of those neighbors who is trying to get results.
All right, well, years ago, they closed the curtain here in Orlando. Now a popular group is returning, this time to a different stage, though. Talking about the Blue Man Group. They performed more than a dozen years at Universal Orlando. Their new home will be at Icon Park on I-Drive. It'll have a new 500-seat theater for the group's multi-sensory performance. Shows are expected to start later this year. And if there's something strange in the neighborhood, might be coming to Universal. The theme park just unveiled another house for Halloween Horror Nights. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I like this one. This is more my speed. It's nothing, no axe murders or anything. It's inspired by the latest Ghostbusters movie. Halloween Horror Nights kicks off August 30th.
All right, Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells standing by. Too soon to be talking about Halloween when we are just dealing with this heat and these summer storms that are starting to fire up.
If you let them, they'd make it Halloween every night.
Right? I mean, it is
because they make a lot of money.
Yeah.
I know they do. I know they do. Take a look at what's happening right now on radar. Big storms. No warnings, though. Our big warning that we had for you in Brevard County around the Space Center went away right at the top of the hour. All of this stuff is going to start to calm down pretty quickly. We back you up in time, roll an hour, and there was the polygon for the big explosive thunderstorm with the high wind just east of Titusville all the way down to the Cape. That again ended at 5 o'clock, and now we're just watching it rain from Merritt Island all the way down to the Cape. Big time lightning strikes about to exit and move into the open water. Outflow boundary coming in from the west. Here's the east coast sea breeze here. This should zipper down all the way through southern sides of Brevard County. Once the big storms pop up, they'll wash back out toward the east. So if you're watching from the coast, don't give up on your rain chances yet. I know a lot of you still really need the rain in southern Brevard. Chances are you'll end up with something as these two collide here within the next half of an hour. Across the interior from Windermere to Gotha, right along the turnpike, getting some big rain right now. Heavy scattered showers on top of Dr. Phillips Boulevard. And then that one lone pocket over there east of Deltona is about all we have left. Give it another hour, and much of the activity will be over. Okay, two big waves to track. This one a 30% chance, not a threat to anyone except the Yucatan and maybe coastal zones of Mexico. I don't expect it to blow up and become anything too bad. I think they can handle it. This particular wave, this looks like a big one. It looks like it's going to be a hurricane within the next 5 days. It's taken a tack right here to the Lesser Antilles. We could end up with a big, fairly sized hurricane in the Caribbean a week from now, maybe by Tuesday. 80% shot is what the Hurricane Center is giving it. It's moving into an environment when it can really blow up. We'll keep you posted. Light Orlando delivering hope camera, temperature reading in downtown with the ominous looking cloud cover. Holding it at 86 with a real feel of 93. Daytona Beach looks a lot better. We've had some rain in parts of Volusia County, but right now it looks great. Folks out here enjoying the surf. 86 degrees on the Daytona Toyota Deland Kia camera with a real feel of 93. East Coast sea breeze kind of pinned today, not doing a lot. West Coast sea breeze has been dominant. 13-mile-per-hour wind in Orlando, 6 in Ocala, and 8 in Kissimmee. High pressure basically sits out to the east like a Bermuda high, like it's August. So we're depending on our sea breezes to bring us the relief. And tonight, well, this stuff wraps out of here early. Then tomorrow, West Coast sea breeze is still predominant, takes over, pushes out to the east. Here's 5 p.m. tomorrow. Clear in Tampa, rocking from Daytona Beach to Cocoa Beach, and then everything pushes out and dies out after about 9:30 or 10. Then as we go through Saturday, more of the same with scattered showers taking over. Overnight lows tonight will be part of the equation too. We're going to hang in the 70s. Official overnight low in Orlando, 78. Here's tomorrow.
Your forecast brought to you by Napleton Chrysler Jeep Dodge.
Kind of trapped. Daytime high tomorrow, low to mid 90s. Rain chances are 60%, and they are 60% for just about as far as we can see until the 4th next Thursday.
All right, Tom, thank you. The new 6 Pinpoint Weather app is getting an upgrade right now on the new 6 Plus streaming app and clickorlando.com. Meteorologist Jonathan Kagas walks you through the changes and how to set your locations so you can pinpoint the weather in your neighborhood. Find a how-to guide in his latest episode of WeatherWise. It has been there for more than a decade, but many people do not know the story behind this sculpture at a local park. We'll tell you how it got there. That's next.
Plus, a pup on patrol. Trooper Steve makes a new furry friend. He and others are free to adopt this weekend. The reason you'll want to pay close attention to their names. That's a hint. Also, coming up at 6.
As we focus on the 32801 zip code, we're also highlighting people in the community who are making a difference. Darcel Stevens wears many hats, including being an activist and a veteran.
I really love my military service, and I'm very proud of my military service. Those were the most formative years of my life.
I'm investigator Lewis Bold, and I'll have his story tonight on News 6.
We're getting results for you here on News 6. Keep it here. We'll be right back.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Daytona Toyota and DeLand Kia. No matter what's happening where you live, trust Sky 6 to get you the bigger picture. Exclusively sponsored by attorney Dan Newland.
Whoa, what is happening?
We're packing up our newscast and taking it on the road. So let's go.
Every month, we're broadcasting from a different community.
And we're coming to Kissimmee next.
Join News 6 June 13th from Matador Tacos and Tapas.
Want News 6 straight to your inbox? Sign up for your favorite newsletter at clickorlando.com/newsletter. Sign up for In the Loop Theme Park Scoops, Setting the Stage, and Florida Foodie, just to name a few. Sponsored by...
Trooper Steve makes a pit stop on patrol. Today, he stopped by Orange County Animal Services to meet one of its furry residents. Take a look. I love this name. This is Pretzel right here.
Aww.
9-year-old Shepherd mix. The shelter says Pretzel is good with other dogs, loves people. As you can see, it's like, what are we doing? Let's do this. Loves treats. Good news, you can adopt Pretzel and some other dogs at the shelter for free this weekend.
If you hop on their website right now, and if one of the dogs has a destination name, that dog is free right now. So I met some people here who wanted to meet Tijuana. They may not understand yet, but they're going to come here today, and they're going to find out they're going to get to take that dog home for free. Now, in my book, if you're going to the mall to get a pretzel, that's a destination, right? So we can make it work. Hey, I guarantee. So I'm going to put Brian on the spot here. If you come in today, fine. Can we do this? Yes.
Yeah, wheeling and dealing
Yes.
on patrol here. You can find a list of dogs up for adoption on Orange County's Animal Services website.
Pretzel looks beautiful.
Cool dog.
Well, there's a lot to see at Lake Eola Park in downtown Orlando, but have you ever seen the so-called Muse of Discovery? The giant sculpture of a woman half buried in the grass is near the park's amphitheater. You might not be able to tell, but the sculpture is actually 5 separate pieces. The Muse was donated to the city of Orlando in 2013. The artist tells News 6 the sculpture is based on a similar statue called the Awakening Muse. Read about how crews were able to install this piece in the heart of downtown at clickorlando.com.
So many cool art installations.
Absolutely. I'm surprised it's been there since 2013.
Yeah. It makes me feel very old.
Right?
All right. School safety is incredibly important, with officials frequently looking into new technologies to protect your kids. Still to come at 5:30, we'll show you the pilot program to make their rides to and from school safer.
And later, we are checking back in with a program that is getting results for female veterans.
When every minute matters, News 6 is getting you all the facts and every detail that matters to you for breaking news turned to News 6. Live from clickorlando.com and WKMG, we're getting results now at 5:30 p.m.
Now at 5:30, the last chance efforts to bring a Black History Museum to Central Florida. Plus, what to expect from tonight's presidential debate. Glad you're with us tonight. I'm Matt Austin.
And I'm Lisa Bell. You're watching News 6 at 5:30. It is all hands on deck in Eatonville as advocates launch a last chance effort to bring a Black History Museum to Central Florida. About a month ago, the Florida Museum of Black History Task Force voted to make St. Augustine the #1 choice for the museum.
But all hope may not be lost. The task force has until Sunday to submit a report detailing its plans for a museum to Governor DeSantis, and Eatonville is making a final push to try to bring that museum to the area with the oldest Black community in the nation. The governor will then have to decide how to move forward. News 6's Laverne McGee tells us why Eatonville may still have a shot. All right, weather-wise, the rain isn't as widespread tonight, but we do have some storms starting to pick up.
That's right. Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells is pinpointing it for us tonight. And Tom, we're hoping things will wrap up a little earlier for us.
Yeah, I think it's going to, Lisa. I think your wishes are going to come true. Our big warning that we had for Brevard County, well, that one's over. So hopefully that's the only warning we get. It was over here in this polygon, but it went off the clock right at 5 p.m. Much of the big push is done. I'm not saying it's all done because some of you are still getting appreciable rain, most especially here along the Cape, all the way down to Rockledge, still getting some rain, lightning strikes ongoing too. And the outflow boundary from these showers is going to run headlong into the East Coast sea breeze. We'll zipper down more scattered showers there through southern Brevard County. Across the interior, there you go. Windermere's drying out now. This has moved to Orla Vista, L.B. McLeod Road, working its way toward downtown Orlando. So in the heart of the city, I think that little cell's going to come right through in the next half of an hour. But as I stand over here in the Gulf and you watch the rain, much of the action is going to come to a halt. I'll be back in a few minutes. We'll talk more about tomorrow's rain pattern and a lot happening in the tropics. I'll pinpoint the big wave that looks really, really strong.
All right, Tom, thank you. The race for the White House hits a new phase tonight with President Biden and former President Trump squaring off in the first presidential debate of the 2024 election cycle.
A number of projections have this as a very close race right now, which makes each debate very important. Our News 6 political expert, Dr. Jim Clark, joins us now. And Jim, this debate is truly unlike anything we have ever seen in recent memory. First, it is the earliest it's ever been held in an election cycle. There is no audience. That's happening for the first time in more than 60 years. And of course, that mute button that we've been talking about. So what recipe is all of that cooking up for us tonight? Going to be interesting.
It'll be different.
Yeah.
It will be. I'll be watching, that's for sure. Jim Clark, I know you will as well. CBS News live coverage of the debate begins at 8 o'clock tonight, ahead of a simulcast at 9 p.m.
To Osceola County tonight, where we are getting a look at what some hope will be the future of school safety.
The Osceola School District is fitting a prototype radar detection onto a bus, hoping to make it safer for students and the driver. News 6's Mark Lehman shows us how it'll work. So we want to get your thoughts on school bus safety tonight. You can take out your phone, scan right now, that QR code on your screen. It'll take you right to clickorlando.com/react for our question of the day. And we want to know, do you feel your kids are safe when they're around school buses? We'll bring you those results at 6:30 tonight.
Well, after the break, we are catching up with some Getting Results Award winners.
For every woman that we make a success out of, oh my God, you know, how great is that, you know, because you've changed a life.
Right now, it is just cinder blocks and plywood, but soon this home will be a safe haven for women veterans in danger of homelessness.
And later, how ongoing flooding in the Midwest may impact prices at the store. You're watching News 6 at 5:30. We're getting results for you tonight, and we'll be right back.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Good Greek Moving and Storage.
Curious about the weather? Jump into WeatherWise on News 6 Plus. It's your go-to for a deep dive into weather. Sure, I'll catch you up on the current conditions, but we are going way beyond that. I've got the lowdown on those wild weather phenomena. Want more than a local forecast? How about hyperlocal? I'll zoom in and show you those details. I'll break it down, explaining the hows and the whys of the weather. Join me, News 6 meteorologist Jonathan Kegas for WeatherWise, weekdays at 8 a.m. on News 6 Plus and clickorlando.com.
Live with Matt Austin, Lisa Bell, and weather with Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells. You're watching WKMG, getting results now at 5:30 p.m.
The number of homeless veterans has decreased over the last few years, but that trend has not held for women veterans. In fact, their numbers have actually increased by nearly 25%.
One Central Florida organization is getting results with housing and support. All new at 5:30, News 6 anchor Julie Broughton revisits a past Getting Results Award winner to check on the progress of her latest project.
All right, Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells is standing by, pinpointing some rain on the radar for us. Hopefully it's cooling a lot of places off for us.
Oh,
Tom.
I think it has, Lisa. We tumbled quickly in Orlando. The deal now is that the rain is starting to wind down. You see the activity over here in Brevard County. We had the big warning going on there for a while, but it went off the clock at 5 p.m. The warning was associated with this particular piece of energy right here that is now in the open water. Still a huge marine event in the water. It's a big-time lightning maker. You're not safe to go out on the coast just yet. From Rockledge all the way up to Port St. John, all the way out to the Cape, the lightning strikes are still intense. But the warning for the high wind, that one's done. The activity from the Cape down to the south does continue, and the outflow is running right up against the sea breeze, so the explosive showers should build down the coast, coming in this way in the next 20 minutes, 30 minutes or so, and then after that, I think we're going to wrap things up just a bit for the night. Across the rest of the interior, the attractions have calmed down. The big storms for Orla Vista did push in to the heart of downtown Orlando. Once these showers are over, though, much of the overnight, the early evening and overnight, should be good to go. Now into the tropics. A couple of big waves to watch. That one, 30% shot as it approaches the Yucatan and goes into the Gulf that it could develop in the next 7 days. It's a problem for the Yucatan and Mexico. I don't think it gets too big, and it is not a threat to the U.S. of A. This next big wave looks to be dangerous. We have not had a hurricane east of the Caribbean, out of the Caribbean, out to the Atlantic in the month of June like this since 1933. They're giving it an 80% shot of developing. Maybe by Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, we could have a hurricane in the Caribbean. We'll keep you posted as it develops. Downtown Orlando right now on the light Orlando delivering Hope Cam. A lot of cloud cover, touch of light rain in spots. 86 degrees with the rain coming through. 86 also at the port with the ominous cloud cover there too. In Daytona Beach though, dry enough and calm enough. A lot of folks are in the water. 86 degrees on the Daytona Toyota Deland Kia Cam. Wind speed and direction, for the most part, it's been a push from the west. 13-mile-per-hour wind in Orlando, 14 Daytona Beach, 13 in Melbourne. So the colliding sea breeze action has, for the most part, been Orlando to the east. I really think that's the deal again tomorrow because the high is not moving. As long as the setup looks like this, well, the rain pattern looks like this as well. Now tonight, everything should dissipate by about 7:30 or 8. We're going to wrap it up early. Then tomorrow, the same push is on. So any rain on the Gulf Coast is done by like 10 or 11, pushes all the way to Orlando, and then out to the east by 5, 6, 7, 8. Things linger a little bit tomorrow, but I don't think it's any more wicked than it was today. Come Saturday, Ocala, the Villages, all the way to Sanford and Orlando by 3, 4 in the afternoon, and heavy showers by 5 p.m. Saturday. Your overnight lows tonight are where you would expect them to be, where they've been, in the 70s for the most part. Right here in Orlando, we'll call it 78. A few lingering showers, but nothing rough. Here is tomorrow.
Your forecast is sponsored by Publix.
By noon tomorrow, we're warming rapidly again, close to 90. The daytime high low to mid-90s. And look at that, a 60% chance of rain. Get used to that. Rain chance tomorrow, 60%, 60% on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and even Wednesday. By the 4th of July next Thursday, the rain chance is 40%.
All right, Tom, thank you. And don't forget, We have breaking weather alerts, live radar anytime on your phone or tablet with our free News 6 Pinpoint Weather app. Just search WKMG in your app store.
So to come, with thousands of acres of farmland underwater in the Midwest, we are looking at some of the impacts down the road. Plus, the scaly surprise one pet owner got.
Coming up ahead at 6. We're hitting the road to downtown Orlando and highlighting people in the community who are making a difference. Darcel Stevens wears many hats, including being an activist and a veteran. Investigator Lewis Bolden has his story tonight, only on 6.
Coming up in the morning, keeping kids safe around the pool.
The local county handing out free motion alarms for families and what you need to know if you want to get one.
Plus your pinpoint weather and traffic every 10 minutes. We'll see you for News 6 mornings, 5 to 7 a.m.
You're watching News 6 at 5:30, and we're thankful for that. We're getting results for you tonight. We'll be right back.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Freedom Health Medicare Advantage plans.
I'm pinpointing weather from Lake County. Download the News 6 Pinpoint Weather app now for the latest alerts.
Next, ET.
Get ready.
Nicole Kidman spills practical magic sequel scoop. Plus, get ready to be blown away. We'll be joined by Twister stars Anthony Ramos and Daisy Edgar Jones next, ET.
Tonight at 7 on News 6.
Here's what's new with News 6, sponsored by Lexus of Orlando and Lexus of Winter Park. Les Miserables is coming to Orlando, and we've got an exclusive interview with one of the actors. That and more when you sign up for the Setting the Stage newsletter.
The CDC is revising its recommendations for the RSV vaccine. Last year, the CDC recommended adults 60 and older could receive a single lifetime dose of the RSV vaccine. Now that age has been bumped up to everyone 75 and older. Scientific advisors say the decision was based on recent safety and effectiveness data that found only those aged 60 to 74 years old with certain health conditions need to receive the shots.
In May, we told you a potential foreclosure sale of Elvis Presley's Graceland estate was blocked by a Tennessee judge after the King's family raised concerns over the legitimacy of some documents surrounding it. The whole thing is now being looked at by federal investigators. Presley's daughter and heir to Graceland filed a lawsuit in May against a company claiming to hold the deed to the property. According to court documents, the company claims Elvis's daughter, Lisa Marie Presley, used the estate as collateral to secure a nearly $4 million loan, then failed to repay it before she passed away last year. But her daughter claims all those documents are phony and sued to protect the estate from foreclosure.
You've likely seen the photos and videos this week as the Midwest was hit with historic flooding. Much of the land being impacted is farmland, raising concerns about food and other prices. Experts say farmers could lose 3 million acres of corn and soybeans across Minnesota, South Dakota, and Iowa. Both of those crops are used for more than food. They're found in everything from paint and soap to car seats and tires, even ethanol fuel. And many farmers have lost even more.
You're going to lose furniture, you're going to lose appliances, but with this house, you're losing a piece of yourself.
That's right. It'll never be the same. I've lived in this house my whole life.
Many farmers that CBS News spoke with have what's called crop insurance, but they say that does not even cover half of their losses for things like seeds, fertilizer, and labor.
A pet owner across the pond got quite the surprise from his scaly friend. Meet Ronaldo.
Nope.
13-year-old boa constrictor.
No thanks.
In the 9 years since Ronaldo was rescued, its owner was under the impression that this was a male snake. So you can imagine how surprised he was to find 14 snakelets in the habitat. Turns out Ronaldo was a lady the whole time.
So, but wait.
Okay, stick with me. I know the question you're about to ask. She had no contact with a male snake in the last 9 years, unless one snuck in. Experts say, while uncommon, it is possible for female snakes to asexually reproduce. The babies are being cared for at a local college where Ronaldo's owner works as an animal care technician.
They're devil snakes, what I'm hearing.
some spooky stuff going on, but that would
I know,
freak
and I
you
know
out.
there are a lot of snake lovers. Send your hate mail to Matt.
No.
That is,
over to
yeah,
her.
I mean, certainly. What a surprise for that
14
owner.
surprises.
Great.
The bottle feeding would be a real bear.
Lovely. Ginger Gadsden is here now with what we're working on for News 6 at 6.
I'm just going to move on from that. Matt and Lisa, the idea of a drone delivering your groceries may sound a little bit out there, but the future is now. How this new technology landed one man in jail.